Hello, everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast, mostly about knitting, but then some family stuff and things like that. All of which happens right here in my home, outside of Lima, Ohio. Actually, not all of it happens in my home, but today is July 19th. I had to look. I don't remember these things. And this is episode I don't remember. How about that? 287. I have to look at my show notes very thoroughly because I just don't see these things. Anyways, I'm feeling a lot better than I did the last time. Thank you all for your well wishes and your suggestions. I'm going to keep those in mind for next time that I get a migraine because I know they're coming sometime. Anyways, I should go on and do my introduction. This is where I live in my home outside Lima, Ohio, with my dear husband Randy, his father Ronald, Ronald's cat Tommy, my puppy Ginger, and my kitty cat Heather. So yeah, Heather sometimes likes to be social and sometimes doesn't. I remember the one week where she came over and snuggled on my lap while I was doing the podcast. Not today. However, it's so funny. She doesn't necessarily want, every once in a while she'll come and volunteer to be on your lap or whatever. But most of the time, I have to take the initiative and I feel like I'm forcing her to do something that she may not want to do. So, Anyways, I am affiliated with NitPicks, their sister company, We Crochet, and Michael's. What that means is if you go to my show notes at ksnapier475.blogspot.com and you click on either the nitpicks or the Michael's link, you can't click on them. I don't know why. You have to cut them and paste them. It'll take you to their site, and then I get just a couple pennies off of your beautiful things that you buy there. And, talking about beautiful things to buy, oh my goodness. NitPicks is having an extra 10% off their clearance items with the code 10CLEAR22. So it's 10CLEAR 22. I came very close to getting something, but no, because I'll tell you about my purchases in a few minutes. Anyways, in addition to this, they're having their summer yarn sale with up to 60% off of last chance yarns. Oh, I meant to tell you, in the clearance, there is actually a few different colors of Felici. So if you like Felici, most of them are low stock. So, if you want a certain color and you want a couple skeins, you may have to get there quick. So anyways, Michael's NitPicks also has a tool sale up to 40% off, 20% off straight needles. Their bare yarn is up to 15% off when bought in bulk. And I didn't see their build your own value packs. I'm not saying they don't have them, but I didn't see them. I always go to the website and see what sales they have. And it could just mean that I missed it. I don't know. Now, Michael's is having a back-to-school school sale. Now, they have a company called Creatology, I think is what it's called. And I know my grandkids have gotten these things over the years because they have a Michael's right close to them. And I was looking through it. And if you've heard me talk about my grandson, he's the dinosaur expert. He can tell you all the facts and figures of every dinosaur. When he's wrong, which is very seldom, he goes, really? And you have to show him because he doesn't believe it otherwise. Anyways, they had a dinosaur yoga set. And they like doing yoga too. And they also had one for kitty cats. So Genevieve loves kitty cats. Tobias loves dinosaurs. So I got them each their own set. And they come with a movable dinosaur kitty cat that you could put in the different yoga poses and then do the poses yourself. I thought that was the cutest thing, so I had to get it for them. Just had to get it for them. Anyways, let's see. Oh, I could talk about my knit-alongs, couldn't I? I'm not planning on talking real long because the pool's calling me. We had rain like you wouldn't believe Saturday and Sunday. And I've been telling my husband I thought my pool needed a little bit. I say it's my pool because right now I'm the only one that gets in it. Randy's gotten in it once. Well, I take that back. The beetles love flying in it. Don't know why, but they do. So, yeah, I'd say it's my pool, but it's not. Anyways, the rain actually filled the pool up to where it's supposed to be filled to. I told Randy yesterday, I said, it was warm outside, but I know rainwater makes pool water cold, the first day you get in it. And yeah, it was cold, but you know what? I went ahead because I had missed my exercising in the pool. So, yeah, so I did. So, anyways, I don't know what I started talking about with that. I don't know. So I'd have. I'll just go ahead and talk about the knit along because I can't remember how I got started on that. You guys know, or you can backtrack, but I don't remember. Anyways, oh, it was about. Well, I'm going to keep this short, which isn't going to happen if I ramble. Anyways, we have 2 knit alongs. I always have 2 going every month. However, they end on alternate months. Figure that out. Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. What can I say? One of them is the finished object craft along, and I had Linda actually put an item in. I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I love these little gnomes. I haven't ever made one, but I love these little gnomes. So, anyways, finished object. All you have to do is finish an object in any craft that you want to. It could be sewing, it could be knitting, it could be, I don't care, woodcraft, it could be tatting. I don't know. Does anybody tat out there? It could be cross stitch. I don't know if Betsy gets on Ravelry. If she does, I know she's been doing quite a bit of cross stitch. And she should enter those so that she can win a gift card. Yes, Betsy, I'm talking about you. I'm sorry. Anyways, finish an object, any craft, take a picture of it, post that picture in Ravelry along with the name of the pattern, and you're entered in the drawing. That's all it takes. And then on the finished object thing ends the 31st, but I don't close it until like the next day, because I don't like to stay up to midnight and close it. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to yawn. So I guess if you get it in there before I close it, it can still count. But I think if it were me, I would wait and put it in the next month, but that's okay. Anyways, so for the finished object, like I said, you do all that, and random number generator actually does the picking because I'm not gonna pick. I've got friends out there. I'm not gonna pick. So, anyways, random number generator picks 2 people, 2 different people, and those 2 people can choose either a Knit Picks gift card, a Michael's gift card, any giftable pattern up to $10 value, just one. And then in support of those who are going through the Ukraine war and those that are helping others, I'm buying patterns from Mila, who is then forwarding the money. So you let me know what pattern you might want from Mila too. Mila's Knit Corners. Yes, I like her patterns. I'll have to show you one in a little bit. Then my other friend Kelly Menzies is having a pattern come out today. Should I give you a preview? It is a finished object. And it's called the Coastal Water Sock. So if you go to RowRow and Cades, you can get this pattern. I love how she even has a way of finishing this cable at the top. Isn't that cool? So yeah. So this is a RowRow and Cades craft along for July and August. Now, the things are the same as the other. Um, Take a picture, post it, put the name of the pattern, and you will be eligible for the same prizes as before. I may actually, I may actually, I'm trying to decide. You let me know as a winner if you would like one of Kelly's patterns for free from me. Okay? Anyways, so let's see. Anything I forgot there? Oh, this one closes August 31st. Drawings will be September 1st. And you can polydip. So if you finish something from RowRow and Cades, you can then enter it in the finished object craft along. Okay? Once the numbers are drawn and I announce the winners, they have 2 weeks, well, usually until the 15th of the month, to claim their prize. If they don't, it just doesn't it's just not given that month. So, I would say it rolls over, but there's no rolling over. I just give it the next, I just don't get it that month or give it that month. So anyways, if any of you would like to donate prizes, let me know. We will work it out. I will make sure that you get, whatever. If you want to donate patterns, if you want to donate yarn, if you want, whatever, you just let me know. We could do it with donating yarn if you want to. I can just give you the winner's information and, and then you can mail it to them. Anyways, oh, I would also appreciate if anybody who wins a Michaels or a KnitPicks gift card, if you could use it through my blog. That way it helps me in buying future gift cards. Sorry. I'm okay. I just had a senior moment. Okay, let's see. On my needles. Well, I haven't touched the temperature afghan because I've been working on, a couple other things. So it's still in hibernation. But I have another pair of Fiona Advent socks going. Now, this first yarn is not Fiona's, but I had leftover from my Coastal Waters socks, and I'll show them both to you in a minute. And so I thought, I have enough for toes here. I don't know if I have enough for heels, but I have enough for toes. So you could just tell up here, I just started to work on. I put I think it was 4 mini skeins together and put them in a ball. I'm going to see how far it goes. I may have to use another color for heels and the ribbing at the top, but we will see. And so this one hasn't been joined to that yarn yet. But I got the toes done. So Fiona's Advent socks. I get so excited. And they are for me because it was gifted to me. And I love, I love multicolored socks. I do. Anyways, then I have my soup kitchen socks, which were originally going to be for me. But since I'll tell you about the Coastal Waters in a minute. I've got my Fiona's that I'm starting, and I have at least 2 more pairs of socks to make with her yarn. And so I decided, this should go to the soup kitchen. I've made quite a bit of progress on this week. I probably have about that much more on the leg to do before I'm finished. I like to fold it over at the heel, and then I knit to right around where the toe starts, and then I do 20 rows of knit 1, purl 1. Now this is the I want to get it right, Yarnosaurus Salta Fingery Frankensara. She also had a yarn sale just recently, so I've ordered another. It's a mystery. It's a mystery sale. So I ordered the Salta fingering, and we'll just see what I get. And this is my other one. It's not quite as far along. Oh, I don't know. It's pretty close. It's a tie. I don't usually do that. I usually work one to the heel, set it down, work the other one to the heel, work both heels, then work from the heel to the ribbing on both just so I make sure I have that height right on both of them. And then I do my knit one, purl one ribbing. I didn't do that with these. It's whichever one I picked up. So I got those upcoming soon. I have finished my honeybee. You don't see it on my needles, do you? Didn't finish it in time for the shower, but it is in time before the baby comes. We have plenty of sorry about that. We have plenty of time before the baby comes. So we're going to mail that off to them. But that means that now it's time to knit for my grandchildren. So I've ordered the yarn. I didn't get the yarn from, I did not see Knit Picks clearance, and besides which I wanted specific colors. And, you know, I was afraid on clearance I wouldn't be able to get specific colors. Michael's didn't have anything that I could get just, you know, a single skein. They were all multiple skeins of the yarns I needed. Now they do have single skeins, but not of the yarn I wanted. So there's a Dancing T-Rex sweater by Natalie V. That's for Tobias. Then a unicorn sweater by Yvonne B. Thorson for Genevieve. So wait for the yarn. As soon as it gets here, I'm casting on. And I'm casting them both on because the idea is if I cast them both on, this is in me, I've got a competitive nature, even if it's with myself. If I cast them both on, I'm going to compete. See which one I can get through faster and all this, and see if my goal is to have them done. I don't think I can get. We'll have to see. They do have birthdays, so they could be part of their birthday, or could be Christmas. I'm not sure. Because Genevieve's birthday's in October. It's pushing it. I could do it, but I'm pushing it. And Tobias's is in January. So I don't know. Anyways, so that's what's on my needle, or what's going to be on my needles really soon. Now, you saw the Coastal Water, one of the socks. This is done with Knit Picks Chroma Twist Dear Diary colorway. And so this is the other sock. So this is the pair. You know, I said I like different colored socks, or I like colorful socks. So because of that, I was going to give these to the soup kitchen. But I don't know if they would like them. I don't know. Actually, I may have made them just a tad bit too big for my feet. I haven't decided. I'm going to think about it. Otherwise, these are for me, which is why the Francasara socks are going to the soup kitchen, because I might be getting these socks too. I don't know. It was a different heel than I've ever used before. Oh, by the way, these are by RowRow and Cades, Kelly Menzies. Just released today. And I do like them. Different heel than I've ever done before. The Fiegel heel. I haven't decided if I like it or not. But it's still, you know, I like learning new things. That's a new technique that I've never tried before, as well as this lace pattern. So that's that. Now, I say the blanket is finished, but it's not been blocked yet. This is by Mila's Knit Corner. Ooh. Just a minute, I'm going to get the band. Okay, so I got this yarn from Michael's. I don't even remember what I got it originally from. And it came in 3 packs, but it was worth it because I actually have almost 3 balls left over. Enough to do something with. I have to decide. But it is Cotton Fair, Premier Cotton Fair, 317 yards in a ball, 3.5 ounces. It's a fine weight, 52% cotton, 48% acrylic. So that's what I used. Does it have a color name? Lavender. Probably why I chose it. And I tell you, I still have to weave in the end. I made an extra long end because, oh no, I had a stitch slip. I've got to mend that. I didn't even notice that. Anyways, so this is Honeybee. This is for a newborn baby. I don't know the name. I don't know the sex. I just know it's going to be very well loved and have two excellent parents and loving, loving grandparents. Not just me and Randy, but I had someone to call him Grandy. I don't know what the baby will call him. But also the other grandparents. And they have so many aunts and uncles on Rachel's side, and they have Molly on our side, and and she's going to be here in a year. I can't wait to see Genevieve and Tobias with Aunt Rachel and the baby and Uncle Ian. It'll be really cool. Anyways, I do not remember. I'm sure I mentioned the shower the last time. How I got to spend some time with Robin. That's my sister-in-law. With my son and his lovely wife and her parents and her family at their baby shower. And it was a fun time. It's a long drive and it's hard on my joints. And, I sometimes become emotional when my joints hurt. And car rides will do it every time. However, when that baby's born, it's not going to stop me from traveling across the Indiana border to go visit it because, babies. I've already warned my son that my husband and I are going to get a hotel room for the night. And we're going to come spend some time with that baby. You know, son and his wife are very important. But so, anyways, I told you about the cute things I got from Michaels for the kids. See, I love Michaels, and not only for their yarn. I like their yarn a lot, but they have so many other things. I mean, I've gotten crafty things from them that you put together, and they may not last very long, but that's okay because they're fun to make. And I got started with that with the kids because they would always go to Michael's every new holiday, every new season, and they would pick out things to make. And so it's so much fun. I can't, when they right now they just haven't had time to do much. I know, but I'm hoping, we can continue that when they get here, even if Mom is very busy. Praise God that she has a job that allows her to bring the kids with her. Because during the day, the kids are with her. They may not, they're 8 and 6. So if they're in the room with her, and if they need her attention, she will give them attention. But she's also running camps. So, but then in the evenings, Molly's got some wonderful babysitters that come and watch the kids so that she can work at Target. I don't know how she has energy for anything. She has to be kind of sleep deprived, but hey, I'm sincerely hoping that they can still make it in August. I don't know. We've not heard anything, so I don't know. Anyways, I think that's it for today. I think oh no! There's a book. I haven't done a book review for you guys for a long, long time. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Because I want to get the name right. This is by an author that I'm one of her, I'm on her street team. So I like to get word out. And I just finished this book like yesterday. And I just really want to recommend it. Our internet has been so floofy today. Yeah, that's a word I like, floofy. There it is. A Sojourner's Solace by Jennifer Symes. Excellent book. It's released now. You should be able to find it on Amazon. I know it is just, it's tweeting at me. Oh, I don't think it has a cover. Come on. I'm trying to get to the front. Yeah. So there's the title, A Sojourner's Solace. It's a Bedford County novella, which it was an excellent read for sitting beside the pool. I like to sit outside the pool and let my swimsuit dry off a little bit, and let myself dry off a little bit before I come in. And that's where I read it. And Jennifer Skeins, Sienes, excellent writer. I've been on her street team through her former series that she completed. And oh, she's a very good writer, excellent writer. I'm not always a romance. I don't like it when you see at the beginning of the book that you know who is going to end up together. But she has such a wonderful way of tying their characters together so that you really, really care about them. And Kate and Noah, I just really love them. And Jennifer is a very devout Christian. It's a very good Christian novella. It's just wonderful. So check it out. Sojourner's Solace. Excellent, excellent book. I'm going to have to let Jennifer know that I reviewed it on here because I wanted her to hear all this. Anyways, now, I hope all you guys have a great, great week with your crafting or whatever you're doing. I hope you don't have any mistakes or bumps in the road. But if you do, I hope they're little ones and they're easy to fix. I love you all. Take care. God bless. Big, big hugs. And please like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the video. Thank you. Bye-bye.